Hi, welcome to Potlatch, Idaho. Why Potlatch, Idaho? Well, this is where my grandparents met and were married. Early 1900s, my great-grandparents with my grandmother and her brother took the train out from Chicago area to here. This was a company town. All the buildings were owned by a mill company, and you would rent the house that you lived in from the company, buy your groceries from the company. I believe the only two businesses that were not owned by the company were the fuel station, the gas station, and the mechanic shop, which eventually my great uncle worked at. Hi, I'm Heather, and this is Jim. And this, well, this is Sierra, our rescue pup. She is a handful. We've lived what would be considered an alternative lifestyle for 30 years on sailboats. We slowly moved up, cruised the west coast of Mexico twice, and now for the first time in many years are boatless. The three of us are full-time in this small trailer and have started out on a new adventure in our R-Pod 177. We are Travel Small, Live Big. Join us as we share our campground information videos, our travels, our adventures, and explorations. We don't generally do RV parks, but this park is actually set within a city park. There's a lot of history here. It's beautiful. There's a large walking path around the park. There are pickleball courts, a splash pad for kids, disc golf, swings, playground. It's very cool. Anyway, we came here kind of on a whim. We didn't really like the place we were supposed to stay last night, so we're just here for one night. It feels more of a campground than an RV park. Very clean, very pretty. So my great-grandfather and my great-grandmother, Nana, who I met, I was very little at the time when she was still alive. She was actually very little. Didn't know her well, but the story is that they rented a house here, and she would take in boarders and cook and clean and feed them, and that helped them make enough money to survive here. My grandfather came here looking for work and met my grandmother. This is the Scenic 6 Historical Park, and 22 spaces, full hookups available. I think we paid about $40 with reservation fee or tax, something or other, one night. We're on our way up to Coeur d'Alene to surprise some friends on about a 40-day trip. He knows we're coming, she does not. So we just looked for a spot for one night. It's very clean, very pretty. It doesn't feel RV parky because the sites are far enough apart. There's a dump station, restrooms, I believe showers. We tend to use our own shower. A few big pull-through sites. I think any size RV would fit in here. Walking distance to a grocery store, walking distance to the depot, which we hopefully have time to walk to, and a few cabins over here to rent. Nice long sites. Pretty level concrete, not perfectly level in our spot, but good enough. Little local artwork. Actually, that's pretty good. Don't want it on my shoes though. Supposed to be the largest mill in North America, or the world. Gotta go read that sign again. This does say that it was the largest white pine mill in the world. Sadly, this church burned in 1951. Looks like the first big box store of its era. Company store was built in 1906-1907 by the Potlatch Lumber Company. Really done a nice job on this park. Might be easier if I just read this. In early 1905, Main Street was nothing but a collection of shacks in the mud next to the mill site, perhaps a couple of 100 yards from where I stand now. The company barn was built to the west of this early main thoroughfare, and the W.I.M. depot to the east. By September 1906, the mill began production, and a year later, the town would boast 275 houses and 1,500 residents. A 1-million-gallon reservoir for domestic and mill use and fire suppression was at the north end of the city. It is still in use today. In this one, once the Weyerhaeuser Timber Syndicate decided on a location for its premier sawmill, word went out that the new Potlatch Lumber Company needed 500 workers. In 1905, it was not difficult to find hardworking men searching for a paycheck. That include my great-grandfather and my grandfather. In the photo, note the manual labor, the wheelbarrows and shovels required to excavate the location for the new mill's power plant. The times were different then, and there was no heavy equipment to dig out the foundation, only the raw muscle of the dozens of men who stepped up to take on the job. We really enjoyed our one night here in Potlatch. Would have been nice to research a little more of my family history before we came, but it was fun to walk around, read the information signs. Beautiful park, very clean, nice stop. If you've enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and remember, we like comments, questions, and campground suggestions. Thanks for watching.